Here's our friend Roz in New York. The flag waver of the women of rock and roll. Go ahead, Roz. What's going on?
Hey, dude. I want to just first say condolences to everybody for Ozzy. I'm so glad
Yes.
you had Vita on, and I still don't understand why she didn't play that show. There should have been more women, you know, the whole thing. But
Well, Lizzie Hale was on. She was the Roz. Help me out here, if I'm not mistaken. And I mentioned this to Lizzie the other day when she was on. Lizzie was the only woman entertainer on that stage that whole day, right?
Yep. No other lady. I think some lady sang with another band, but I don't know who she was. Maybe it was the wife of one of the guys, but there was no other women there. Maybe backstage, you know, their wives and stuff, but not on stage.
Gojira. Didn't Gojira have a woman violin or opera singer or something come out?
Yes, something like that.
There you go. Yeah.
But that was, you know, it should have been more. It would have been cool. Girls' school should have been there. That's insane. They're in London. That makes no sense to me.
Not a big enough name, unfortunately.
Anyway, you've been cool about me and the Lady Rock, and I'm happy about it, but I got to call you out on something stupid you did the other day, dude, because it made me a little crazy. And
all right.
I have to tell you that Plush interview you did was really cool, but for you to ask her, for you to ask her if she was going to put a man in the band was the equivalent of you asking her if she was, what was it like to be a girl in the band. I don't know how you thought that was cool in any way. And if you have the warning on, don't even think of asking him something that stupid says. I don't understand.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The difference is I would never ask that to the warning because they're not down a band member.
No, right.
So what is wrong with they never said that they had to purely maintain being all women?
Yes, they have. Because I could feel in her voice that she felt like weird. It was really awkward, and it was not cool. That's not something. Would you ask Kiss if they were going to put another man in their band? God knows there hasn't been a real man in that band for the last 20 years. But mercy, that was wrong. That was.
Wait, Roz, I think I respectfully disagree with you on this because look, here's where I'm going. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Vixen has one man in the band. So so my idea is like Vixen, which was a quintessential all-female rock band, tours and has one male member in the band.
That's an extra member who's not a member of the band, who they're not going to be playing with. But for you to ask her if she's going to have an extra a man in that band was regardless of your intention, it sounded like they couldn't function without a man.
No. That's not where I was coming from at all.
No, of course not. No, right. But that's what it sounded like, and that's why it was bad.
My mind was in what Tyson does for Vixen, not even if they were, in other words, and I wouldn't be surprised, and this is actually probably what Plush may end up doing, is staying as a three-piece.
No, I hope they stay as a three-piece. That would be great. That would
right,
be awesome.
And they may tour as a three-piece and have a fourth auxiliary member to fill out the sound like what Vixen does. That's kind of where my mind was at. If you're going to need to fill out the sound live, but you don't want to bring a full-fledged member into the band, you could have that utility member just like Vixen does, and could potentially be a male or a female. That was all. It wasn't because they couldn't do it. It was just, do you exclusively want to stay all women, or are you open to doing something like that? That's all it was meant. It wasn't meant in any demeaning way.
No, I understand that. It just sounded that way, and it sounded bad. So that's all I'm saying, because it just didn't sound right, and I felt it in her voice that it seemed awkward, and
all right.
It wasn't good. But just letting you know, okay? But
all right,
you're cool otherwise. All right.
Thank you, Roz. I appreciate it.
Watch it next time. Right.
Have a good weekend. Roz is on patrol. Sorry, Roz. I accidentally hung up on you. I did not mean to do it like that. Clearly, I didn't. But Roz, I think you're being, in all honesty, Roz, I love you, but I think you're being a little overly sensitive there.